issues. So, as I was saying, we as league operators don't feel motivated to want to deliver the attentive services that we have been giving over the last couple of seasons, last couple of years, when we feel like our time is being wasted by drivers who continually not turn up to races after turning up to maybe one or two and then just stop turning up for the rest without any explanation. So, to kind of push the point along, we are ending this season at today's race at the Canadian Grand Prix, round 9 of the championship. We're going to be then taking a week off, and then we're going to be reopening the championship as season 6.5. So what this means is that the championships are going to be reset. Everyone's points are going to go back down to 0. The tiers are going to be restructured completely. This time it won't be 1 or 2 drivers going up. This time it will be a handful of drivers. So this means that drivers from Tier 2 will move up to Tier 1, drivers from Tier 3 will move up to Tier 2, and based on the information that I have compiled with me, based on this information, the drivers have already been moved. This is not an announcement to tell you who. This is an announcement to tell you that No Assist Tier 3 has been disbanded. What this means is that the drivers who are unfortunately in No Assist Tier 3 who didn't make the cut into Tier 2 will be moved to Assist Tier 3, which races at 40 minutes time. So we apologise to those drivers who have unfortunately not made the cut. The decision wasn't the easiest to make, but you will be racing with the other Tier 3 drivers who use assists until such time as vacancies open in Tier 2 no assists for that to make the change happen. So we don't like the idea that this has come to this. We've tried and we've tried and we've tried again to recruit. The recruiting has only done so much. I'd also like to make a personal formal announcement that the Oceania division is going to be hereby disbanded effective immediately. We have had no luck with that. Our attendance numbers dropped significantly. There is a specific reason as to why that is. We're not going to go into details about that because it's personal. I'm sorry to those who have joined the Oceania front for the Saturday division. Really sorry, but we just don't see the need to carry on anymore for the Oceania division. So, as effective immediately, the Oceania server will be disbanded at some given stage this week, and there will be an announcement made on that on the server in the coming days. So I was kind of hoping that someone would actually come and join me in the announcement thing from one of the committee, but obviously I'm going to be using this time to feed into the the assist tier race, so probably better if they didn't. Anyway, we'll carry on until it's closer to the time to send out the invites for the assist tier, and I can give you a bit of a demonstration of what happens every morning for these guys. So for now, what I'm going to tell you is that we're also shortening the calendar for season 6.5. So 2 races have been excluded from the championship in order to make sure that we end the season at the end of this year, so 2020, because I think based on what we had currently with the 22 race calendar, we were bound to be finishing sometime into January of 2021. We kind of want to be able to spend the start of the new year working on, well, actually, funnily as you say this, so we've got one of our committee members joining us in the announcement. So Alex Boniface, welcome.
Hi.
So we're just explaining to the people in the com box, well, the announcement about season 6.5 and all that kind of transitions and all that. What do you see that's going to make an improvement based on these changes?
I think the attendance levels will stay high. I think the biggest thing that we've had so far is with less and less people joining every tier, like every race, people have actually just lost the interest of racing between like 10 to 12 people, so it's been less fun. but having a full field of 20, I think will make it a lot more enjoyable for everyone to race in.
And I think one of the other bigger announcements too that was made over the week that probably wasn't supposed to be made this week, and he's actually joined us in the announcement as well. Dan Weir made the announcement that he's actually switching over from Xbox to PlayStation, and he'll be racing in Season 6.5. So Dan, welcome, and congratulations on getting that seat.
Yeah, no, I'm quite happy about it, to be honest. I was a bit shocked that there was space. I was happy to go into Tier 2 or whatever. But, yeah, seat opened up. It's probably the best time to join over with this transition you're doing. So, it's probably the best time to join.
And just so people kind of understand it, because you're obviously part of the Xbox community and the DXT Transnation Championship, how are they flowing along?
So, yeah, the DXT League at the moment, on both consoles, we're in theory getting about 15, 16 drivers. And we're getting a lot more on the PS4 side of it. But that's running on really well. The Xbox side, I think we've got down to three tiers now, 3 tiers on the Translation Xbox. So we're doing quite well on that, to be honest. A lot of demand still. We're not stretching up too much to Tier 4 yet. We're going to wait and see how numbers go. But yeah, Rico's been running that really well. Can't really have a better leader than that.
Yeah, and you know, he came into a little bit of a backstory, because obviously I'm going to try and fill in time before Tier 1 gets underway. A bit of backstory behind all this. So I met Rico, or Matt Lynch, better known as. He was looking for a league to join. I was looking for people to join in the Xbox side and potentially run it. He came in, a few among others, and then he and I had a bit of a discussion, and then I said to him, look, I don't have an Xbox, I don't know how the Xbox kind of works. And then he just said, well, do you want me to run it? And then you know, do all that kind of stuff. So I said, yeah, sure, go for it. And, you know, they've got 3 tiers. They've obviously got a lot going on with their divisions. They obviously help branch out the DXT Transnation League on the Friday nights, which if you're interested in joining that, feel free to pop a message to the guys. Oh, shut up, Bixby. But yeah, so that's the things. Jordan Dimmer's joined, but obviously he won't talk. But so going back to the prospect at hand before Alex showed up. So we've taken 2 races off the calendar to try and ensure a 2020 finish at the end of December. There will be a sprint. Don't get us wrong. There will still be a sprint mode championship to cap it all off, and that will also be my swan song, as I'm going to make this announcement so that now I can't turn my back on it. I am officially retiring at the end of this season, and I will be making a transition to PC, but first my initial program will be to go to full-time commentary until such time as that transition is made. So Abu Dhabi will be my final race as a full-time driver, and that'll cap over 101 races. So my 100th race will actually be Brazil this season. So I'm happier that it's Brazil, not Mexico. But so the 2 tracks that were taken off are Russia and Coda, Circuit of the Americas. And I've just got the calendar up just to show you the understanding of what's happening. So today, Sunday the 4th, or Saturday the 3rd for Americans, Europeans and Brits. This will be our last race today. So the Canadian Grand Prix is our final race of the season. We take a week break off on the 11th. This is just to allow us to get everything sort of sorted out, make sure that everything is 100% concrete, make sure that all our drivers that we've made a commitment thing in our servers to say, are you racing next season? If not, no hard feelings. I think we've only had 3 people so far say they're not going to contest season 6.5. One of them being in the no assist tier 1 division too, so the no assist tier 1 division is looking quite spicy. I'm not going to I'll make an announcement about it via party chat thing sometime, but it's looking quite juicy, and I think you, Alex, have seen the list for that tier, and that you must even admit that it's looking quite juicy.
It is actually. It does look like quite a nice one. It'd be nice to see a full grid as well of relatively just competitive people all the way through.
Yeah, and tier 1 assist is also looking quite good as well. it'll be a matter of seeing how that plays out. So we resume on October the 18th, which is also Bathurst Day, believe it or not. So for all you supercar fans out there, we'll be resuming there at the Austrian Grand Prix. So we are actually getting France off the map as well.
Good.
But just as I say this, everything that's happening in the national PS4 side of things is not having a bearing on anything from the DXT, the Xbox, or the regional series. So there's no bearing on what happens there. So everyone will continue racing in their regionals and their DXT or in their Xbox without a hitch. Not that I'd imagine many Xbox people are actually watching this.
Never know. I get a lot of followings wherever I go.
So then we go to the 25th. That will be the this British Grand Prix. November the 1st will be the Hungarian Grand Prix. The 8th of November will be the Belgium Grand Prix. Then it will be the Italian Grand Prix on the 15th. The 22nd will be the Singapore Grand Prix. I feel like I've just overstepped one. Oh well. Then the 29th will actually be the Mexican Grand Prix. No, sorry, the Japanese Grand Prix. And then Sunday the 6th will be the Mexican Grand Prix. Sorry, I'm trying to jump over. The Brazilian Grand Prix will be the 13th, and then we will conclude the season on December the 20th at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And then maybe either the 27th of December or the 3rd of January 2021 will be our Sprint Mode Championship, which will cap the season 6.5 off. So that's pretty much what is going to happen. So December 20th is going to be our season conclusion, and that will end season 6 as a whole. As for season 7, there's going to be a lot of transitional properties, which is change of ownership, change of rule management, and of course re-evaluations, just in case we end up getting more people along the way. So if you want to try and help our causes and increase our tier structures over the course for season 7, feel free to. There's no immediate plan as to what happens if F1 2021 comes out on PlayStation 5. We haven't really gone that far, but plenty of time to worry about it. I suppose another question would be, with my move to PC, is that going to mean that there is a PC league opening for Transnation eSports? Well, technically speaking, we already had one. But unfortunately, by not being in control of it, things kind of happened, and it ended up actually being absorbed by another league and then taken over and changed over completely. So, if we do have one, I myself am not going to host it. We'll hopefully find someone within our own ranks to do that, but there's plenty of time to worry about that. This doesn't mean the end of Transnation eSports on the console front, so don't mistake this announcement as saying that this is the end of Transnation eSports. It's just going to be the end of Transnation eSports for me as an owner. I'll always be down as a founder and a acting advisor for the cause, but I won't be making the shots, or I won't be the ones making all these announcements. And so that's basically how it goes. So I did think I could push this along, but I think there is probably a bit more discussion we need to have off here. So I'm going to actually wrap this up, and in roughly about 20 minutes time, commentary for Assist Tier 1 will be made apparent. I can confirm at the moment that I don't think there will be commentary for Assist Tier 2 or 3, but definitely there will be commentary for No Assist Tier 1, Tier 2, maybe question mark on Tier 3. So thanks for listening to the announcement, boys, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes when we go live at the Canadian Grand Prix for the last round of Season 6. Cheers.